Hello and welcome. My name is Andrew Soto, a career guidance specialist at the ELC of Broward. This video serves as a demo on completing a incentives application. Now, what incentives is a bonus program available to all early educators, well, not all, but most early educators in Florida. There is a few criteria you must meet. So let's go through that as well as the application process. Now, there's two websites I'd like to direct you toward. One would be the official incentive site, incentives-fl.org. Again, what this is a bonus program based on your educational level. If you remain an early educator in Florida, you'll be entitled to bonuses each year. Broward County is a participating county. And here you'll see that to be eligible for incentives in Broward County, you must earn less than $25 per hour as an early educator in Broward County, but it also includes directors, teachers, assistant teachers, floaters, family child care home educators. You must work in a licensed or license exempt child care program. You must be at that site for at least 6 months. You must work in school readiness or a VPK contracted site, and you must work at least 20 hours a week. The other caveat would be having at least one of the educational levels listed on the incentive scale. The incentive scale can be printed here or downloaded here on this link, or just from the main site, you can find the incentive scale right here. I'm going to show you what that looks like. So as you see here, you have annual incentives listed on the right side of the screen, the highest being the top and the lowest being the bottom. So let's look over the lowest right here for an example. You do not need to match each bullet point to be eligible for that level. Just one of the bullet points is fine. So if you either have 12 college credit hours in ECE or early child care education or child development, or you have a national CDA or Florida staff credential, you're entitled to $450 each year. Generally, these are doled out every 6 months, so you'll be receiving $225 every 6 months. Now, the way this works is you are eligible for this incentive for 2 years. So you receive $450 every year for 2 years. To retain that, you are required to continue your education. As it says, it's listed right here. Scales 1 through 4, or levels 1 through 4. So from here downward, you must continue your education by completing one 3 college credit course in early childhood education or child development. So that's one college class, at least one every 2 years. If you do that, you'll continue to receive your annual incentive every year. Now, once you get past level 4, so let's say level 5, if you have an associate's degree with 18 credit hours in ECE or a bachelor's degree or higher with 12-hour credits in ECE or CD, you will receive the annual incentive $1,600. And once you're at this level, you are not required to continue taking college credit courses. You'll receive the $1,600 as long as you remain employed in an early child care site. The incentives, being part of incentives program does not cost you anything. Just to be a part of the program, applying does not cost you anything. So even if you are eligible for the lowest level and you are not sure how long you wish to remain a child care provider, I still recommend you get involved in incentives. It is a grant bonus program for free. So now we've gotten that out of the way, let's get started on the actual application itself. So as you see here on the main website, you can click here to apply now. They also have some reference videos to teach you more about incentives. Now, when you apply now, it links you to the same portal site that Teach Scholarship links you to. which is the login.thechildrensforum.com. So first, you would need to create your login, personal account, create personal account, login here, personal account. I already have one created, so I'm going to log into it now. If you don't have one created, on creating your personal account, you'll be required to leave your email, and they'll actually prompt you to fill out certain fields that is required to complete these applications anyway. But since I have a login already generated, I'll just do that. Also, when creating your personal account, you'll need to verify through your email, so just have your email handy. So I'm gonna log in here. Now, before filling out any applications, you are required, like I said, this is done during the registration process anyway, but in case something has changed or what have you, you are required to fill out your demographics as well as your contact info, which can be seen in your profile here. Demographics is what it sounds like: your name, your birthday, gender, first native language, as well as what country you're from, race, and ethnicity. And then your contact info, so about around the same. Primary phone, mailing address, as well as the other address-specific things. On completion of that, what you can do is click My Incentives right here. As you see, it double checks, making sure your demographic info is okay, as well as your contact info is okay. So from here, it just tells you more what to do with incentives. So first, the first document we must submit is an account agreement. I've already done so, but this is an easy enough document to submit because it is generated from the portal itself. So you would click Add Agreement. As you see, you can download the blank account agreement. I'm going to do that for you now. It will go to your downloads folder, at least on Windows. I'm sure Apple has a downloads folder, comparative kind of folder. And it kind of looks like this. Lists your name, your birthday, and what you would need to do is print this out and write in pen, social security number. You need to print your full legal name, full birth date, signature, and date it. And again, type signatures will not be accepted. So don't use a program to do this on the computer itself. It actually does need to be printed and physically filled out, rescanned onto the computer, and then uploaded. So you go back to this field, browse filled out account agreements, find that copy, the one you filled out, and upload it. Now, remember, the incentive program needs to verify your education, so it knows how much money to award you. So there's a few ways you can do that. For example, if you had a staff credential, you can upload your staff credential here, the paper document, and they can verify. See, I'm right here at active credentials, add credential. It asks what kind of credential is this. So for example, if I had let's say the FCCPC birth through 5, I could do that. Date the credential was awarded, attached to the credential certificate. These are all ways of just verifying your credential. Obviously, the FCCPC will first need to get you awarded the staff credential. So that technically would not benefit you getting the first level, but through DCF, you can end up getting your staff credential. So I would say do that. But at the same time, you can put all these credentials on your DCF transcript anyway by submitting straight to DCF. You'll log on to this website, which should look familiar to you. On login, you can generate your transcript from there and submit it from here, adding DCF transcript. The thing about the DCF transcript is any DCF transcript submitted needs to be printed within the last 90 days. So let's say a little farther down the road, you increased your educational background and you are entitled to be awarded a higher annual bonus. You would want to resubmit your DCF transcript, the most current version of it. But from there, that is it as far as the kind of preamble to the application. Just want to make sure whatever education you have, it can be verified and listed by them. So you would go to start a new application here. Now, upon starting the application, you are required to list your employer. Both the Teach Scholarship as well as the Incentives Bonus Program need to verify that you are indeed a child care worker. And the way they do that is they would ask that your employer creates a business account on the Children's Forum. So from here, it should have all the employer business accounts listed. You would just type in whichever school you are currently employed in. And it'll list here. It'll ask for your county, the director name, and the director email. The rest, lean on demographics. There are a few specific things. So the second question is language you most speak in the classroom. Your income. Does this job provide the only income in your household? Press yes or no. Are you currently enrolled in early childcare coursework at a community college and or university? Yes or no? Say yes. If it is a yes, they'd ask you show your transcript. And this is also a way for them to track and know how often to award you. See that you're still taking classes to know to keep giving and doling out the incentive. And next, you're only required to type your name, and that serves as kind of a digital signature for the application, and then save the application. Now, once you submit and save this application, it is not yet sent to incentives. First, it needs to be verified by your employer. So your employer would go on to their business account in which their account will be flagged, and it will say, you know, so and so has submitted an application for incentives. Do they work at the site? Yes or no? Once they confirm that, that is when the application is fully sent to incentives for evaluation. But that is it for incentives so far. And remember, when filling out an incentives application, if you are currently involved in Teach, you would not need to submit both documents. For example, Teach requires kind of more or less the same thing. A few more documents, but for example, the DCF transcript, you do not need to submit it twice if you have already done it previously. The only reason you would need to submit it again is if it's after the 90 days. But that is it for the incentives application. I like to give you me and my coworkers information if you have any further questions about incentives, Teach, or anything career guidance related. That's me, Andrew Soto, and my coworker, Elvira Duarte. Phone numbers and emails listed here. If you do run into any tech customer service issues with the website itself, or let's say, you know, you submitted and your employer's business account didn't get your application or what have you, I'd recommend calling the Teaching Incentives customer service line. It's at 888 FL Child. But that's all for now. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming, and I hope you have a good day.